am not a regular citizen. I am a state trooper.
And I'm came up close to me like right here.
I'm a state trooper.
Trying to run me off the road.
I'm a state trooper, and that's what I do. Maybe I'll tell you something you can't learn on YouTube today. Once again, I'm a state trooper. I've been a state trooper since 2007.
Welcome back to the LackLuster channel. In March of 2025, a viewer named Bernard was traveling through Florida at 3 o'clock in the morning with his children when a vehicle began tailgating him on the highway. The video begins as Bernard is braking and pulling into the right lane, attempting to allow the driver to pass, and the road-raging vehicle behind him appears to push the limits of his own driving, nearly sideswiping the family's van, before once again falling behind them. At this point, Bernard could almost make out that the vehicle was law enforcement, but the absence of a light bar made him question what he saw through the car's headlights behind him. Unsure of what the driver of the vehicle wanted him to do, he crept towards the edge of the road, until finally pulling into the emergency lane. Once fully stopped, Trooper Matthew Rabun of the Florida Highway Patrol finally activated his emergency lights and orders Bernard out of his vehicle.
Onto the back of your vehicle with your driver's license.
15 seconds later, Trooper Rabun is back on the PA.
Come to the back of your vehicle with your driver's license.
Another 30 seconds pass before the trooper activates his lav mic.
You might cause the crash.
How the hell I caused the crash and there wasn't nobody in front of me? Come on, man.
You might cause the crash because you slammed on brakes. I got it all on video.
You came up close to me like right here.
Yeah, because I'm about to pull you over.
Oh, okay. I didn't know who you was.
I'm a state trooper.
Coming up behind me.
I'm a state trooper. I'm a state trooper, and that's what I do.
Yeah, but
when you breaking the law, you get pulled over, and you're breaking the law.
Well, sir, I didn't see me breaking the law. Somebody pulled up behind me. So I'm like, what the hell?
I was sitting right here on the side of the road. You didn't see me?
When I was driving, nobody was in front of me. I just saw somebody come up. I'm like, Tim, what the hell is this? Pulling up.
It's a state trooper. No, there ain't gonna be nobody else.
All you have to do was turn on your lights.
Because I wasn't ready to pull you over. I'm trying to run your tag. It's for my safety, okay?
Okay.
I don't know how it works in Alabama, but I'm not going to immediately pull you over, okay?
Well, I didn't know I did nothing. But
where you going 83?
I was going 83.
I've got it on laser. Yes, you.
I was right with a truck.
Once again, you were in front, okay?
Okay, but tell me something. Why would you... Kids in the car. Why would you pull up behind me and I don't know what's going on?
I pull up behind millions of cars with kids in the vehicle.
No,
you know that?
No, I'm saying like that. You pull up. I'm like, who the hell is this? Because I pull up and hit me and the kids. I'm like,
nobody's gonna hit you.
But sir, I didn't know that. Okay, come on now. It's dark out here.
But I am not a regular citizen. Now you have seen me. I am a marked patrol car.
I didn't know that was you. I mean, you know how terrified me and the kids were. Somebody pull. I'm like, who the hell is this? And I go, I'm like, hold on, it was you, dude.
Well, I probably
it was you.
It's no big deal. But I would probably get out of the way of whoever it is if you think it's somebody that's bad, right?
Yeah, I'm like,
okay.
Well,
I wouldn't stop.
Why they gonna run us off the road?
I wouldn't stop in the middle of the road, okay? People are out here driving 100 plus. So for you to stop in the middle of the road is very dangerous. I pull over.
But do you see where I'm coming from? Somebody this close to the vehicle.
Listen to me. I'm not sitting here going to argue with you, okay? At the end of the day, obviously, I've identified myself. I'm a state trooper. There's no ifs, ands, and buts. That's off the table, okay? I'm a state trooper.
And I'm sorry if I was an accident, but
It's no big deal.
If somebody,
We are past that. Okay. Nobody's going to write you a ticket for what you just did, even though it's very dangerous. We are past that. Okay. You're sitting here. You're hanging your hat on something that we're past. We're past that. Nobody's going to write you a ticket.
You do know why I was scared and terrified, right?
I mean, if you didn't see me, I understand why you're scared and terrified.
Yeah, I'm like,
but once I identify myself,
well, now I know who you
right.
are. I'm like, I'm like, what's wrong? What? The person trying to run me off the road. I mean, well, I'm sorry, I didn't know who you were. I thought some crazy person trying to run me out the way, tell me to move over.
Well, once you finally got here, sir, you need to understand. You violated the law, okay? Not me.
Are you sure about that?
I didn't know. Hold on. I just know the person was tailgating.
Okay.
That's against the law too.
I'm just getting you to understand from a law enforcement perspective, okay? Once you're on the side of the road, yes, you didn't know the whole time. We'll go with that, okay? But once you're on the side of the road, I turn on my lights. At that point in time, I've identified myself as law enforcement, right?
Yeah, as soon as I pulled over.
Yes.
Because I want to see what was going, I didn't know what was going on.
Okay, well that's fine. But at that point in time, once those lights come on, you should know what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as you told me to get out my car, I'm like...
I do that on every traffic stop in the middle of the night, okay? Pennsylvania versus Mims says that I can do that. I can ask you out of the car. That's a U.S. Supreme Court. That even applies in Alabama, okay? So, U.S. Supreme Court, which is the highest court in the United States, under Pennsylvania versus Mims, I can ask you to get out of the car.
Okay, we were all glad that it wasn't actually a car, because I thought somebody was trying to run us off. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like,
well, we're past all that. We're past all that once again, okay?
But you scared the hell out of me.
Well, nobody's trying to scare you. Nobody's trying to scare you, okay? My intentions, obviously, is just to pull you over, okay? It's not to scare you, not to intimidate you, not to do any of that stuff. It's literally to stop you from breaking the law, and that's why I'm right here. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So,
but I didn't know they would tell y'all to come this close and
oh yeah, we do
tailgating us like almost like right to the back of me. I'm like, that's
they saw folks that I chased till the wheels fall off, sir.
I mean, because I've learned on YouTube. Like I actually learned this week before they say when you fall in too close, and another car can't fit in between. That's against the law, and I just learned that because I watch YouTube all the time. Pulling people over.
Well, maybe I'll tell you something you can't learn on YouTube today. Today I will tell you every 10 miles per hour that you're traveling, you should be one car length behind the vehicle.
Same thing I learned.
Okay. But also, once again, I'm a state trooper. If you decide that you're going to run, guess what? I'm going to end the chase as fast as possible, whether you got kids in the vehicle or not. I'm going to go ahead and put it. Okay.
Like somebody did something or tried to get away.
There's a little. I'm not saying that you are, but you have to understand from a law enforcement perspective. Once again, okay, I'm not going to let, because some idiot decides that they're going to flee. I'm not going to let the chase go on. I'm going to go ahead and put you in the tree. I'm just letting you know that's what's going to happen. So in the state of Florida, we're about law and order. I can't speak for other states. Okay, here in the state.
I know Florida. I'm from here.
Okay,
Miami, Florida. Went to worked at University of Miami. Went with the Rock and Concept, and all of them was there.
Right. Well, I went
to Alabama State.
I got you.
Alabama State.
Right, but the state of Florida's changed probably a little since, because I can tell you since
I left in '95.
Right, so I've been a state trooper since 2007. Okay, and when I first started, it was a little bit liberal, but now we'll chase you till the wheels fall off. When I first came,
I learned about the Florida. Y'all got the cars to keep up with the Mustang. Yeah, man. I saw all that stuff on YouTube. But like Florida don't play that. I'm like,
but like I said, that's why I'm telling you, it's probably changed a little bit, because when I first started, we couldn't chase unless it was a forcible felony. Okay.
Yeah.
Now if your tag light's out and you decide to run, it's on. So,
oh, heck yeah.
so it's a lot different now. You get my point?
Yes, sir.
So we got a good governor, Ron DeSantis, and thank God, you know, he believes in law and order. That's what we're going to do here.
Yeah, last was Janet Reno. Last I was here, Janet Reno.
He's been long gone.
Janet Reno. No, she's a female.
Right.
Yeah.
Or she been long gone.
Yeah.
So not even whenever I was a trooper. I never worked, you know, for a female since I've been here. So I think it was when I first started, it was Charlie Chris. So he was older white guy, Democrat.
Okay.
Yep. So, and obviously, like I said, things have changed.
Yes, sir.
And so, you know, at the end of the day, you know, we're not in that situation. So it ain't like I got to chase you or anything. But
I know.
But I'm trying to get you done.
That's why I stopped. I'm like,
Well,
go around if you're gonna it's going too slow.
Well, just a little advice. Let's just say that was a regular citizen. I probably wouldn't stop in the middle of the road, okay? I would just, if you got your family with you, and I know that you probably think that you can take on whoever, but I would probably...
Normally, I just let them, like, okay, go.
Yeah, but I would go move over into the slow lane like you did, and then just continue going, travel at the safe speed, because you don't want to put your family at risk.
No,
now you're stopping.
I'm getting ready to call the police. I'm like,
well,
when they go around me, I was going to get their tag number and phone it in.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, guess
thank
what?
God it was you. I'm like, okay,
well, I'm just telling you, what you did, according to your story, is not safe even for your family, because I would just keep going at, 70 miles per hour. If they don't want to pass you, you can get on the phone, like you said, with the police.
Yes, sir.
It's not going to do any good. Let's say if this person really wants to do you harm. Now you're stopped. What do you think? Now you just put your family at jeopardy.
Yeah, he probably would have started to kill me. I'm like,
you see what I'm saying?
And no light, nobody sees the number.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I'm terrified.
But you got to think. Maybe you should use this as a learning tool, because if I was just a regular citizen, this is not the safe thing to do. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir. Especially the dog road, no witnesses.
It don't matter about witnesses. I mean, at the end of the day, it's not safe, because now you're stopped. If the person really wants to do harm,
yes, sir,
it's not a good thing. I would say just continue driving and get on the phone with law enforcement. Hey, I got this person following me. I don't know what's going on. Like, they won't pass me. I've slowed down to 40 miles per hour. They still on my butt. I'm back up to 70. Can you get somebody out here?
Yes, sir.
You get where I'm coming from? Yeah.
They normally they say what kind of car, and they'll probably set up down there and wait for them to come by.
Well, the thing about it is, obviously you're not going to see, because it's nighttime. You're not going to see what kind of car, okay? But you just say, hey, I got this person. I'm in a van. It's silver in color, right?
Yes, sir.
It's a Buick. And so whenever the trooper spots me, I'm at mile marker, whatever mile marker you're at, because you're coming up on the 215. And you say, okay, well, I'm at 215. Oh, that's awesome. We got a trooper sitting at the 220.
See,
you get what
all
I'm saying?
that stuff you name it, you got to process that stuff and know where you at. And I'm like, I don't know where.
Well, every mile has a mile marker.
And that's something that you got to pay attention to. Like, if you broke down on side road and they call it in, where are you? I'm like, oh my God, I don't know.
Right there. Mile marker 215.
Yes, sir.
So right now you in mile marker 214.
Thank God that was I'm like,
well, it's gonna be me.
Slow.
Yeah.
Go around. I mean, daylight's out of me.
Well, nobody, like I said, nobody's trying to scare you. Okay. At the end of the day, you're breaking the law. Maybe you don't know that you're breaking the law, but my job is to stop you and stop you from breaking the law. Does that make sense? So the only way to do that is to pull you over. So I have to get up on you. I have to run your tag. I have to get your information. Make sure the car is started. It takes a little bit of time, okay?
Yeah.
Not saying that you're that person, but you have to understand, I don't know that you're not that person.
Right.
Okay? So you have to put yourself in my shoes.
Normally, don't they do it in Florida? If you put somebody over, I guess, light them and then run it back before you even get out. I mean, that's what they do in Alabama. They call it in, yada yada, on with this.
Every department's different. Okay. For instance, I personally, I run the tag. I'm going to wait for it to come back. I don't go through my dispatch. I do it on my own. Okay.
Trooper Rabun, State Trooper Rabun, admits that while he is tailgating you at 70 miles per hour, he is also typing in your details and reading from the computer-aided dispatch. But Trooper Matthew, State Trooper Rabun, is no ordinary man.
All I'm trying to get you to do is understand the reasons why I do the things that I do. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
So just put yourself in my shoes. I'm not asking you to come do my job. I'm just saying put yourself in my shoes. Okay?
Yes, sir.
All right? Just hold tight for me. I'll be right back with you.
Matthew now returns to his cruiser.
So what I decided to do is I am going to help you out a little bit.
Yes, sir.
Okay? But you got to slow it down, okay?
Yes, sir.
So I dropped it down to 76 and a 70 instead of right down to 83, okay?
Okay.
And on the back is just a brochure that they require us to hand you. It just, actually, hold on. It's in some kind of foreign language. It went all, see how the computer went all digital? That's some kind of digital. So let me print you out another one. Okay. I don't know what the computer did. That ain't even Chinese. That's like the computer messed up or something. So, hold on.
When Trooper Rabun returns, he tells Bernard he's doing him a favor by writing him a citation for allegedly driving 76 miles per hour.
Alright, I had to shut it down and shut it back. So I don't know what the deal was. Even did it again.
Okay, same thing.
Yeah, but...
So what was the deal with that guy?
Just right here. So like I said, I had to shut it down, shut it back, but it finally, as you see, it did it again, then it finally did it the right way. But the right way just tells you the dangers of speeding and why not to speed, okay?
Okay.
So like I said, this is something that the state of Florida is requiring us to hand to people.
Okay.
So it's not like an election on mine. It's not like I'm just trying to hand it to you. This is what they require, okay?
Okay.
So, you got any questions whatsoever?
Is there a court date on here or something?
No, sir. Once again, it's dropped down to 76 and a 70.
Okay.
So 6 over. If you had to go to court with 6 over, that would be very bad. Because like I said, this is the only road at 6 over. 76 and a 70.
Okay.
Okay? So like I said, I didn't write you at the 83.
Okay.
All right?
All right, sir.
All right, man. Have a good one.
Bernard tells me that the trooper's driving before the footage began was erratic and reckless, as if the trooper was goading him into doing something foolish. His claims are certainly concerning given the time of day, and the fact that Trooper Rabun failed to activate his emergency lights until coming to a complete stop. And this is why it's so important to have a dash cam of your own. There are still many agencies across the United States that do not have the ability to record, and just because an agency can record doesn't guarantee that you'll be able to ever acquire the footage. I've had recommended links in my description for years, but no matter where you get it, outfit your vehicle with a 2-channel dash cam. For this incident, this is the only video available, and Bernard tells me that he spoke to a supervisor about filing a complaint but was told that it wouldn't go anywhere, even if he reports how Matthew was driving prior to the traffic stop. But of course, I'd like to know what you think, so leave your thoughts in the comment section. And if you have a story or if you'd like to blow the whistle, you can submit your footage and evidence using my form in the pinned comment. And as always, if you like this video, use the links on screen to check out another episode.